In this video, I will show you an easy way how we can create complex Terra missions with only a few clicks and how we can transfer these KMZ files to the DJI RC2 control so that we get amazing results with only a few images. Today I will present you the new map curator on Windows. So I will first show you all the possibilities we have. We can load KML missions, we can load KMZ missions from any provider. We can load CSV missions, Litchi compatible. Then we can save the missions. It's a small mission file. And we can also save KMZ files for DJI Fly. Then we can change the heading, the photo distance, the altitude, the pitch. And we can also calculate elevation and cross mission for photomosaic. The goal was to make an easy tool for photogrammetry and Gaussian splatting with also some advice and mission evaluation, so that's very easy to use and you get feedback if you have some problems with the mission. Actually, we can see we have an overlap from 69%, 70% are recommended, but I will show you later how we can optimize this. Let's first start with a Polygon mission. So I will zoom in on this barn here. We can also change to satellite mode or map mode. Now I will draw a polygon. And I will calculate the mission. We have here a 3D representation from the mission. That's important if you use elevation or double helix. Now, as I told you, we have 69%, so we have some recommendations. Increase the altitude about 92 meters, reduce photo distance about 14.6 meters. But we can also use a cross mission. If I use the cross mission, I have the overlap forward and side who is changing, so I get more overlap. Now we can play a little bit with this value. I can decrease the altitude. You can see online the percentage of overlap. Or I can also decrease the photo distance. I will increase the overlap. So that's very easy to use. And if we go too high, we have the recommendations, the warnings and the suggestions to optimize this mission. So the goal is always that you have good results with your stitching tool and no problem with the overlap. Now let's see what we can do with elevation. For this reason I will a little bit change my polygon. I will draw a bigger polygon. Once you have drawn your polygon, you can also change here. You can add waypoints. You can move the polygon. And now I will show you what happens when we use elevation. I will not optimize actually this overlap here. I will just show you what we get if we use elevation. So you can see the mission is now following the Terra, so that we have nearly always the same distance for each waypoint from the Terra. That's very important for photomosaic missions, that we get always the same distance. If we use elevation, we go over the internet and we have some limitations. For this reason, if I change something on the polygon, I will uncheck the elevation, not that I always calculate the elevations from the internet. This also works for cross missions and also for much more complex Terra. That's one of the biggest difference between other providers, that you can really use elevation here on these missions. Now let's have a look on the double helix. The double helix is a very smart mission with only a few images, but gives very good results on stitching for photogrammetry and also Gaussian splatting. Now let's see I can draw first the point of interest, then I get a radius. I can always see the distance. So I'll fix it, and now I will calculate the double helix. I'm on elevation, and directly it calculates the double helix on the Terra. If I change the altitude, I will not use the elevation. The pitch is also corrected. Let's see that. If I click on one of the waypoints, I get always the information. I have the altitude, the pitch angle, the speed, and the position of the point of interest. If I take, for example, this point, I'm logic at minus 90 degrees pitch angle. And if I go a little bit more outside, for example, this one, I have a pitch from 58 degrees. I'm still at a high altitude, so the overlap is not the same for the calculation. We have not take into consideration the overlap. So I always use a very small altitude to calculate these helix missions. If we go on low altitude, I can even decrease at 20 meters. Now it's very important that we have a big radius that we put our double helix on the Terra. For this reason I will use the elevation, so I calculate the grid on elevation, and so I have no problem that I have a collision with the Terra. So that's very smart. And that's one of the big points of this app. Now I will explain you the possibility to save the mission or to load the mission. If I save the mission, I will not save the waypoints. I will only save, for example, for this double helix, the circle and the parameters from the altitude. You can see on the double helix I cannot change the heating, the photo distance or the pitch angle. That's calculated automatic. So let's save this mission. If you use the map creator on Windows, you have a folder in Documents, Map Creator Missions, where the missions are saved. And if you have a look inside on this mission files, they are very small, 1 kilobyte, you can see it here. It's only the parameters. So I will give this mission a name. It's also the barn 3D. I will add a number. You can also use the altitude. I often use the altitude, so I'm about 20 meters. And I will save this mission. Now let's see what happens if I load a mission. I will first load the 2D mission. So we only get the polygon, and then all what's inside, it's calculated. I'm here at low altitude. For this reason I have only a photo distance from 7 meters. You have also the messages here down of the speed, the number of waypoints, the total distance, and also the flight time. Now let's see if we load this latest 3D mission we created together. It's recalculated and I am on elevation. Now let's save a CamZ file. I will save this mission as a CamZ file for DJI Fly. I am in the same folder, Map Creator Missions. Now what I get, it's the position. It's a helix mission first. Then I get the position of this mission. I can also add 20 meters altitude. That will help me later if I am on the Terra to see what happens. So I will save this mission. And now the big question is how I can now transfer this mission on the DJI RC2. For this I created another app, and I will show you later how we can use this app. We will use this mission here so you can remember, and load it on the DJI RC2 with just one click. You will see that later. that works on macOS and also on Windows. For your aircraft, you have the possibilities to change the parameters. So actually, I have the latest aircraft in the map. I will add others if you have any suggestions to do, but I have the most of from the DJI Fly app. Aircrafts with waypoint capabilities are here. So we have the Mavic 3 series, Mavic 4 Pro, and also the Mini 5 Pro. It's the size of the CMOS who changes here. But I don't have the 70mm lenses. 70mm lenses are not recommended to do photogrammetry or Gaussian splatting. It makes no sense. You have too many images to calculate, so always use the wide angle cameras from your aircraft. I will reload the 2D mission and show you another suggestion. We have a problem, not really a problem, but we have a limitation from DJI Fly. We cannot have thousands of waypoints. It's a limitation there, and I will show you in the app what happens if you have too many waypoints. So I will just increase here my polygon. And now you will see a warning, high number of waypoints. So we have to decrease the waypoints. So that's one of the example from the wizard where the app helps you that you have not misunderstanding, and if you launch the aircraft and the aircraft will not do the mission, if you have too many waypoints, DJI Fly will not execute the mission. So that's a lot of informations here in the wizard to help you that you have no surprises when you launch the aircraft. Now let's go to the most important point, how we get missions on the DJI RC2. And for this I will switch on the DJIKMZInjector. I created this app lately, so it's possible to use that on Mac OS and also on Windows. So let's switch on this app. Now let's work with the DJIKMZInjector. We get this screen. We have to connect the DJI RC2 with the USB cable, start the application, not necessary to be connected with the aircraft, and we have to zoom in our location. So that's very important to be at the location, as the DJI RC2 has no GPS. So we have first to zoom in where we will create the mission. Here we have the barn, and I will create in mission mode 2 waypoints. I will save that and I will connect. So I have here all the missions that are locally stored on the DJI RC2, not all the missions from the cloud, but they are stored locally. I get here the mission we just created on the DJI RC2. We have here the UUIDs from the missions, so it's a universal ID. It's only one time on the whole planet. That's to avoid that we have two same numbers. And now let's see how we can replace with this mission here with the Polygon mission. So I load my KMZ file, so the DJI KMZInjector goes also in the mission folder. I will search my Polygon, open it, then I have here a small analysis from the KMZ file. It was detected that this KMZ file was created with the map creator, but it works with any provider for DJI Fly KMZ files. Now I will replace this mission. I get two prompts that I will delete the KMZ file and the preview on the remote control. And now I will update automatically the missions, and I can see I have here now the updated preview. Let's see what happens onto the DJI RC2. I see here my updated preview. So now we have to recreate the preview with the right mission. We can see it here. We have the same mission now on the DJI RC2. I will just save it, leave, and here refresh. And I can see here we have replaced the C69. I can here see the C69 is now replaced, and we have the same preview as on the DJI RC2. So you can see it's very easy to handle that. It's with no hack. It's official from DJI that we can do that. And I will show you the same with the double helix. To remember, I will just show you load the double helix. So this one, we already created a CAMZ file. So we have the same procedure. We have to create a dummy mission, 2 waypoints. I will create 3 so that you can better see the preview. I will save that. I will reload. And I see here the mission we just created. I will select my CAMZ file. It's the helix. Open, also detected that it was made with the map creator. I will replace this mission. I get a prompt that I will delete the CAMZ file and the JPEG from the remote. Automatically reload from the RC2. Now we can see our updated image. I have to go on the RC2, load the mission. I can here see the updated. We can see our mission. I have to save it to have the new preview. I will refresh. And I can see it here. It was the D10B we replaced. So it's this one here. So that's also very comfortable to have this log. We can always see what we have replaced to find our mission. So I repeat, this application, the DJIKMZInjector, is for free on Windows and on macOS. And for the map creator on Windows, I charge one time 25 Swiss francs. Then you can use it with all the functions with the elevation. Now, where can you download the map creator and also the DJIKMZInjector? You can go to my website, Map Creator Photogrammetry. Go to the Windows version. There you have some explanation. And here you can download and test it for 30 days for free, or you can buy a license. The KMZInjector is on GitHub, so you find the link on the webpage on the map creator, or also down in the description from the video. And here you can see the Mac version, a lot of explanations, and you can find also the releases to download for free the application. A word for straight lines. It's possible to transfer CAMZ missions with straight lines to the DJI RC, but the problem is if you modify a waypoint, DJI RC, DJI Fly will overwrite your mission and you can no longer use this mission. So that's one of the biggest constraints to use straight lines. I use for my missions something between straight lines. You can see it on this image here. And the aircraft is very fast to follow this path, and we go through the real waypoints. I'm glad to hear your comments about these straight lines and what you suggest to do. Let's have a look on the final result. We can see here the double helix. Then we can see here our Polygon mission, all with elevation. I have one circle mission, and then I go around the barn with the aircraft in the hand to get under the roof. So here we are not in texture mode. We can see the vertices. So it's quite an amazing result. Now I have the textured view. You can see all these details. And it's the roof who is very complicated. So this barn is near where I live, about 100 meters. It's my reference object. I always test new algorithm on this object. This roof is also quite interesting to make tests on the quality for the photogrammetry. I hope you try the map creator and also the DJIKMZInjector. If you have any question or suggestion, you can put it down in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next time.